Welcome my dear students. This is the fifth lecture of the class Computer Network, and in this section we will learn about the transmission medium. So now starting with the transmission medium or the communication medium. So the medium through which the data passes from the sender to the receiver, this medium is known as communication medium, or you can also say the transmission medium. So when the data passes from the sender or receiver, it always needed a medium. The medium may be the physical, or it may be any wire, or you can say there is no any physical medium exist, or through the signals the data may be passing or the transferring from the sender to receiver. So when we are using the medium wires, then this type of communication is called as the guided medium or the physical medium, and when we are communicating without wires, then this type of communication medium is known as the wireless medium or the unguided medium. So first of all, I am starting with the guided medium, or you can say the wired medium. We usually see it at our homes in the cable connections, that there is a sort of wire is running from the dish TV to your TV sets. So this type of communication media is called the wired media or the guided media. And there are various types of guided media available. The first one is the twisted pair wire, the second is the coaxial cable, and the third is fiber optics cable. I will be discussing one by one. The next is unguided media. Unguided media are such kind of media there are no wires used, means no any physical media exists. This type of media is called the unguided media. In this type of media, we are uses the waves such that radio waves, microwaves, satellite transmissions, cellular radio, and infrared transmissions as well. We will discuss it one by one. Now starting with the twisted pair cable. As we all can see the twisted pair at our homes, this is the oldest and the cheapest and the most common way of the conducted media, or you can say the transmission media. In this type of wires, two pair of wires are twisted with each other, and this structure of the wires are used to avoid the interference or the crosstalk nearby the similar pairs. So in this type of medium, each pair is about 1 mm thick, and this is a combination of the two pair, and in these two pair only one pair is conducting the current and the next pair is the used for the ground reference. So the twisted pair can be specified as the category 1 to 5, and it is abbreviated as the CAT 1 to 5. And we have two more twisted pair cables. The first one is category 6. It can support the data transmissions as high as 200 Mbps for 100 meters, while the category 7 twisted pair can support still higher data rates, means you can send data at the higher rate in the category 7 twisted pair. Now moving to the next, that is the types of twisted pair cable. As we can see, there are two types of twisted pair cables are available. The first one is the shielded twisted pair, in which the wire is covered in a metal foil, and the second one is unshielded twisted pair cable. This is a simple wire. So when we are talking about the shielded twisted pair cable, we can see there is a metal foil, and just because of this particular foil, the noise and the crosstalk is very less in the shielded pair cable, whereas in the unshielded pair cable there is crosstalk is at the higher side. So in the computer network, mostly category 5, category 5E, and category 6 cables are used, and unshielded twisted pair cables are connected by RJ45 characters, where the term RJ stands for the registered jack. So now here are the few advantages of the twisted pair cable. As you can see, it is a very common wire that we can see, and so it is very simple to use. So the use of this pair of wire is simple, so it does not require any skilled person to install such kind of wires, and the electric interference is also less. And in this type of wire, the signal can also travel several kilometers without amplifications, means no any type of amplification is required when we are using twisted pair cables for several kilometers. And this medium can be used for both analog and the digital data transmissions, and the bandwidth depends upon the thickness of the wire and the distance traveled. So it can also be said that if a particular piece or the portion of the twisted pair cable is damaged, then the entire network will not be shut down. And the disadvantages of the twisted pair cable is as follows, as you can see in the slide. First of all, the shielded pair is physically larger and more expensive than the twisted pair cable. Means it is expensive as compared with the unshielded twisted pair cables. And you can also say that the twisted pair wire is more difficult to connect because its wires are shielded, and it easily picks up noise signals. So there are higher error rates in this type of where wires are available, and these wires are thin, so it can break easily. Now moving to the next, that is the coaxial cable. So the coaxial cable is generally called the coax wires. Means we can say the coaxial cable as the coax wires also. So in this type of wire, a insulated pair of copper wires is surrounded by a branded metal shield, and it is covered in a plastic jacket. Means the wires is covered in a plastic jackets, and the coaxial cable is capable of carrying high frequency signals when we are comparing it with the twisted pair. And you can also see that the wrapped structures provides a good shield against the noise and the crosstalk means interference by a similar piece of the wire. The coaxial cable come into the three categories. The first one is RG59. This is the normal simple cable TV wires that you can usually see at your home, that there is a wire from your dish TV to your TV set, and this wire is called the coaxial cable, and the category of this wire is RG59, and RG stands for the radio guide. And the next category is RG58. This type of wire is used in the internet, and the variety of the internet is called the thin ethernet, where we are using RG58. And moving forward, there is an other category, that is RG11, and this is used in other type of network. So we are seeing, or we can see that the VR mostly uses the cable connection in the cable network and in the internet. So we can say the coaxial wire are useful in the internet connections and in the cable televisions. Now the advantages of the coaxial cables, that the coaxial cable can support the greater length as compared with the twisted pair cable. And again, when we are comparing twisted pair cable to the coaxial cable, we can see that we can send it digital as well as analog signals also, and it is widely used by the cable television and in the internet connections. So now moving forward, you can see the coax are used for transmitting several channels simultaneously, and they are help in broadband transmissions. The cable connections has a jacket or has a plastic cover, so it is noise immune because of the covering, as I had told you earlier. And you can also say that when we are comparing with the twisted pair, it is at the higher side, and when we are comparing the price of the coaxial cable with the fiber optics cable, then it is an inexpensive medium of the transmission. And the disadvantages of the coaxial cable is also as given below. So you can see there is the wire is very thick, so we cannot bend it easily, and thus because of this bending issues, the installation of this type of wire is difficult. Now moving forward, the next cable that we are going to study is a fiber optics cable. So this is the newest form of the guided media, and in this type of guided media, the signal is transmitted in the form of lights rather than the electrical signals. In the previous two cables that what we had discussed, that the twisted pair and the coaxial cable, the data was transmitted in the term of electrical signals. So the structure of the fiber optics is like that. There is a glass fibers and these glass fibers are bundled together, and this particular bundle is covered or the encased by a insulated covering, and in this fibers the light signals travel from one place to another, or you can say from the sender end to the receiver end. And that light signals when enters in the fiber optics, it is diverted at a particular angle, and this divergence help in moving the light waves forward. So the outer surface of the glass wire provides the right angle reflections, and the light sources used in this process is the light emitting diode. And the fiber optics maybe two types of fiber optics, that is the single mode or the multi mode. The single mode fiber optics transmit only one light signal at a time, but when we are using multi mode fibers, then we are using multiple light paths at the similar time. The next advantages of the fiber optics means the main advantage of the fiber optics is that the light is moving from in the fiber, and the signal is converted into the form of light, so there is less attenuations and the signal degradations. And you can also know that the fiber optics are made up of glass wire, so there is a little risk of the fire, and this is the lighter weight, so it is easier to install. And there is no any leak signals, so there is no any eavesdropping. So what is eavesdropping? When the data is leaked from the transmission media and it is captured by any other person that is unauthorized, then the data can be used in any other type of work that is illegal. So fiber optics immune to eavesdropping. And you can also know that the fiber cables are used in research and development. So when the fiber optics was get installed, you can see that near the road area you have a orange color wire. You can see huge bunches of the wires are there, so those wires are the fiber optics wires. The disadvantage of the fiber optics are as given below. First of all, it is a special type of wire, so a skilled labor is required for the installation and the maintenance, and it is an expensive way of the guided media, means we have to pay a lot when we are using the fiber optics. And these type of wires are made up of glasses, so that can be easily broken. And one more thing, that when we are using a single fiber, then the light is transmitted in a single or the straight lines. For the bidirectional communication, we need two fibers at a time. So when we are using a single fiber, then the light will transmit in any single direction, and you can say it is a unidirectional data is there. Now this was all about the guided media. In the guided medium, we have studied about the twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, and the fiber optics, and the advantages and disadvantages of all these types of the cables. And now moving forward, in the unguided medium, we can say when we are not using any physical media through which we are sending or receiving the data, then this type of medium is known as the unguided medium. So now we were discussing about the unguided medium. So before starting with the types of unguided medium, you should know that the unguided medium are of two types. The first one is the directional, and the second one is the omnidirectional. So when we are talking about the directional, in which the signal is transmitted into a single directional, and the receiver and the sender antennas will be aligned in a particular direction, otherwise the data will not be received by the receiver. And the next one is the omnidirectional, in which the signal is transmitted in all the directions and it can be received from anywhere. So there are two types of signal or passing method. First one is directional, it works on the basis of line of sight, and the second one is omnidirectional. So now moving forward, the first unguided medium we have, that is microwave. So in this type of transmissions, the microwave signals are used to transmit data without the use of cable. So as you know that in unguided media there is no any cable be used, and it is done in a line of sight transmissions as signal traveled in the straight line. And when the signal is traveling in a straight line, it means the antenna of the sender and the antenna of the receiver is aligned in a proper directions, otherwise the signal will not be focused well at the receiver's antenna. And the antenna should be parabolic in order to avoid the buildings or hills. The advantages of the microwave transmissions are as follows. First of all, it is a cheaper source of the communications as compared with the other unguided medium, and it avoids the use of cable and maintaining repeaters. And with the help of microwave transmission, we can send data and receive data from those areas from where the cable installation is not feasible. And as you know that the data speed with the unguided medium is also fast. And now moving with the disadvantages of the microwave transmission. So first of all, this is an insecure mode of communications, means we are transmitting the data in the open atmosphere, and when we are sending it in the open atmosphere, it may happen the data may be captured from the some other illegal people or unauthorized persons, and our data can be used by some other peoples. So this is the insecure mode of the communications. And when we are using the atmosphere in order to send data from one place to another, it also depends upon the weather conditions. And if there is condition of the rain and the thunderstorms and any other type of weather fluctuations, then our data may also suffer, and the intensity of the signal sent and received may also attenuate. Now the next signal or the next unguided medium that we are using is the radio waves. So the radio waves uses a radio frequency, and these radio frequencies are allotted to the private businesses for direct voice communications. Means a radio setups user transmission and receivers. The transmitter sends the data in the form of radio waves, and the receivers receives the data. After the transmission of the radio waves, the waves is converted into the sine wave, and then it's sent to the sender. And at the receiver end, the receiver receives the data, decodes the message, and then use the message. And the both transmitter and receiver uses the antennas to radiate and fetch radio signals. And the radio signals are very much powerful, so that with the help of these signals we can send or receive data even though there are many big buildings and other constructions also. So now first of all, the advantages of the radio waves. So what are the common advantages of the radio waves? First of all, we can use in the indoor or outdoor also. Next, they are omnidirectional and can travel in any directional. Means if we are sending data, there is no need to proper alignment of the receiver and the sender signal. And the radio waves transmission offers mobility. Means as you can see, there are radio devices in the hand of the cops. They are having their radio devices and the moving on any particular vehicle. So the radio wave transmissions offers mobility also, and it is a cheaper. And in the similar way that with the help of microwave what will be happening, we can sending the data in those areas also where the installation of the cable is not feasible. And similar with the radio wave, we can also send the data to those areas also where the installation of cable connection is not feasible. So now disadvantages is that again the same disadvantages that what we had having in the microwave. Then with the help of the radio wave, our communication is an insecure mode of the communications, and the radio waves also suffer when the weather conditions are changing like rains and etc. The next type of unguided medium is the satellite link. In this type of data communication, the line of sight transmission is used, and when the frequency is greater than 3 gigahertz, then this type of transmission is known as the microwave. So, and we are using satellite link for the various types of services and the data, that is fax, voice data, voice email, and other internet applications also. So in the satellite communication, there is an earth stations, and the earth station has a satellite dish, and it transmits the data and to the satellite, and when the data is received by the satellite, and this type of data communication is known as uplink. And when the transmission takes from a satellite to an earth station, then this type of transmission is known as the downlink. So there is a device named transponder which is available on the satellite, and it sends and receives the signals from the earth station. The advantages of the satellite link is that we are using satellite that is at very higher position from the earth, so the area covered by the satellite link is quite large, and in this type of direction there is no any line of sight restrictions is available, and the earth stations which receives the data can be fixed at any particular position, or it can be mobile also. So what is the disadvantages of the satellite link? Then when we are talking about the disadvantages, the first disadvantages is that it is very inexpensive, and the installation of the satellite channel, the receiver and the transmission is very complex, and if there is any external interference like weather conditions or any other, then this type of situations, the data signals can be interrupted. The next unguided medium that what we are going to discuss, that is infrared. So in this type of infrared signals, you can see easily when we are controlling our TV or AC or any remote driven device, then there the infrared signals are used. So with the help of infrared signal, the data is transmitted through the air and can move in the open space. But if there is any obstacle in the front of the infrared, it cannot penetrate it, and it also cannot penetrate the walls of the room. The working of the infrared can easily be understood when we are seeing the remote of the television in our hands. If there is any obstacle in front of the remote, you cannot change the channel, or you cannot up or down the volume of the TV. So the infrared speed varies from 2.4 kilobytes per second to 16 megabytes per second, and this is a very common signal technique that we can see in our homes. The advantage of the infrared transmission is that it is a secure medium of the transmission, and it is also a cheap mode of the transmission. And the main disadvantage of the infrared transmission is that it can work only for the short distance, and it cannot penetrate wall and affected by the distance, noise and heat. The next wireless technology is that when we are talking about the unmedium voice, it is that the data is sent via the invisible waves in the air, like data, voice, video are carried by the frequency signals. So these wireless communication is the transfer of the information from one to points and that are not connected by any electrical conductor. The first one is the Wi-Fi or the wireless fidelity, in which there is no any particular wires. The user shares the data with each other by connecting via broadband internet services without using cable. And when we are using broadband or we are on the internet, so it is not a secured medium of the transmission data, and for transmission of the data through Wi-Fi, the user must have the internet connection. The next is WiMAX, and it is also a wireless communication that provides broadband internet accessibility up to 30 miles, and it provides data rates up to 30 to 40 megabytes per second, and sometimes up to 1 GB for fixed stations. And the WiMAX is based on the standard IEEE 802.16 technology that provides user with access to high speed voice data and internet. So when we are talking about the wireless communication, in this type of communication, instead of wires, the WiMAX uses the microwave link to establish a connection, and the internet connectivity is also required. The next is laser technology. So the laser transmission media, it requires direct line of sight, means it provides point to point transmissions between the point located at short distance. The disadvantages associated with the laser technology is that badly affected by the weather conditions, means if the weather condition is not good, then we cannot use laser technology at its proper advantage. The next is Bluetooth technology. So this is a very common technology that we are using right now when we are transferring data from one place to another place. There are variety of Bluetooth headphones are available, and other Bluetooth devices are also available. So with the help of Bluetooth, we are also transferring the data or connecting the devices with each other without the help of any wire. And in the Bluetooth, it requires a low cost transceiver chips in the device through which we want to connect our device, and with the help of Bluetooth, the data is transferred at the frequency of 2.45 gigahertz, and this particular frequency is available at the global rate. So this is all about the unguided media. So in this session we have studied about the transmission medium, that is guided and unguided. Now thank you for the session.